I don't even know what state we're in. We're in Charlotte. We're gonna see the Bobcats play some basketball.
Hey-o! Morning! Now we're ready to tackle the day.
So Matt, obviously there's something in the middle of your baseball field over
Yep.
here, kind of the elephant in the room. What is going on?
Long story short, we started during COVID a Winter of Lights festival that has morphed into something much more than that. Currently, right now, we are installing the base for an NHL-sized hockey rink that's going in. The process started on Monday, and we basically will not have our field back until February the 1st. Sandbox, 20,000 square foot sandbox goes in, a sand base, which the sand base is actually being constructed out of our root zone material that we use to grow grass on. When this process finishes up today, we'll come in tomorrow. There'll be 85,000 square feet of drivable flooring that surrounds all this, covers all this grass. And then the load-in starts for the actual construction of the hockey rink. 12 ice slides coming out of the stands. It's a really big operation. And then in January, our local AAA equivalent hockey team, the Charlotte Checkers, will be playing an outdoor hockey game, the Queen City Classic, against Rochester. And when that culminates, we'll start loading everything out, turn the chillers off, melt the ice down through our sand base, start taking everything out. And when that finishes up February 1st, the plan is to take the existing sand that we have here, strip the outfield, push the sand to the outfield, break everything down, and then we'll use that sand to meet our elevations everywhere on the field. This is a planned renovation. We've basically turned it over and we'll get it back in February. So.
No, it's just super cool. I just think that's one of those things that people who come to a baseball game, they come in an afternoon for a fun day of baseball and have no clue what goes into taking care of a field like this, and then what goes on year round. We don't have any idea, so it's super cool to see kind of behind the scenes. Matt, there may be some people that realize that growing grass in the shade is a little bit tough, but I think again, you come to the baseball field, you see this awesome backdrop, and maybe don't consider what it's like growing grass in the middle of a city with a bunch of skyscrapers. So what does that look like? Right now it looks like half your field is shaded, but we're here in the morning. So what does that look like for the rest of the day?
So in the summer, it's not as big of a deal because the sun angle is so much higher than it is this time of year. Obviously, days are getting shorter, sun angle's less than it is in the summer, so we really battle shade in the fall and spring. You see the shade right now coming across the outfield. Not a huge deal because in a little while we'll be in full sun there, but we do have areas on this field that, like right field, for example, over by the foul pole, that generally around December 1st to February 1st, that part of the field is in complete dark for 2 months. We don't see any sunlight, and that progresses around based on the sun angle. It does make it very difficult.
Do you have any tips for somebody who on their own home lawn might have an area that's more shaded? What can you do to help grass grow at least a little bit better in the shade?
In my opinion, I would say if you can, just really focus on that carbohydrate storage. Start raising your mowing heights on a warm season grass going into the fall. There are some products that we have sprayed in the past to help combat that, but it has seemed to work in those areas. But what we have found over time, they're kind of a stopgap. That basically what happens is over the course of 2 or 3 years of the repetitive influence of the shade, the grass structure does become weak enough to the point that if you have temperatures, you have shade, we're known for having ice storms in this part of the country. But we are maintaining grass and pushing the limits of grass here in a manner that you may not in a home lawn in a typical setting. The best thing I would say is the tree in the front yard that's causing you problems. turn it into a landscape bed.
That's right. Yep, that's what I've
mean,
told people before. Right up against my house, all the way around, is now
Yeah.
flower bed.
Yeah,
Because if I
just-
can't grow grass there, it's going to
That's
turn
right,
into a
that's
flower
right.
bed. Maybe under a tree, different type of grass. If you just wanted
Yeah.
something green and didn't care if
Yeah.
it matched the Bermuda around there,
Sure, absolutely.
you could plant
Yeah.
what, like a
Plant a ryegrass or a hard fescue.
So long, Charlotte. It's been amazing. Heading off to Louisville, Kentucky.
Really? Wow. All right.